I have a tendency to waffle, so I'll probably avoid that on this occasion. I'm going to be talking about what it is to the experience of being a student in the Lam Rim course with Rinpoche. It's simply, you could describe it as a unique experience. A little bit of background. I'm not a medical doctor, I'm a psychologist, but I used to work in quite negative psychology, and then I moved into positive psychology. And a lot of the stuff which has been mentioned today is quite popular now, quite fashionable, but it's also incomplete. Studying on Lam Rim provides you with the foundation of those missing gaps. I want to introduce you to the idea of bricolage. If anybody of you have heard of this term, it's used in art, it's used in philosophy. It's the idea of taking bits and pieces that weren't really built and made to be used in that way, and you build a model with them, which they were never designed to do. As psychologists, that's what we do. We go out and we pickpocket, we take things from people, and we build models that were never supposed to be built, and then we apply them to people's lives. Positive psychology, in its intention, is all well and good. It's trying to do that. It's trying to look at resilience, and well-being, happiness, and meaning. Resilience is another growth area. This is all very well, but they only take the tip of the iceberg. They're missing the great foundational work, the great theoretical work that's underlying all this. And that's quite risky, especially when you're using it in an applied sense for people who are going through difficulty. So that's where I'm coming from. I mean, my fellow students all come from different backgrounds, but I think we all know that we are experiencing something that is extremely unique. Julian has already touched on the fact that it's the perfect setting because it's so well structured, you can use this method and engage with it from a Western perspective, which is quite unique. Because if you come in here, you've never experienced Buddhism before, it's quite daunting. It's very different from what you've experienced. Lam Rim is very approachable. It's about experience, it's about your life. So, from a setting point of view, you're sitting around a table with a Rinpoche, which is quite an unusual situation to be in. You're given a sufficient time period to discuss each of the topics. It's not like a half an hour course or an hour course. There's sufficient time on each session. So from 1:30 to 5:30, but we often go on longer. So there's plenty of time to examine things in detail. And as we all know, Tibetans do enjoy a list. So when you're looking at a particular idea or construct, there's a micro list that goes with that construct, and within that micro list, there's another list. It's that flexibility and wide-ranginess of the course that makes it particularly special. So you will follow the course material, which is incredibly detailed and in-depth, but then Rinpoche in class will bring in additional sutras, will bring in additional commentary, and then his generous enough will bring in his own life experiences, to strive to see things how they actually happen to somebody who's standing in front of you. And then we're invited to share our experiences. It's progressive. What I mean by that is, each week we come, we learn something, we go on. It's unlikely we're going to get our head around the whole of that material in that period, there's far too much of it. But slowly we get there, and we can see these things happening in our daily lives, we can see changes happening in us, and we can report those back to Rinpoche. And then you can see little tweaks and changes. So it's remarkable in the fact that it looks as though it's a static piece of material, but in fact it's individually tailored to each person sitting in that room, which is quite a remarkable achievement. As I said, Rinpoche invites discussion, which is, for people like myself, I enjoy it greatly. So you can see how you can use it in your personal and emotional life, but even in your practical life, how this logic can be applied, so you can make, or try to make, the right decisions on a daily basis. You build up a good relationship with the students around you as well, especially because you're sitting around the table together and you try to support one another, and that way we share experiences with one another. So we can see how these teachings apply to all of our lives and learn from one another. And Rinpoche's openness in that respect, where he shows how it's applied to his personal life, is hugely beneficial. Finally, I would just like to say that a very important aspect of the way Rinpoche teaches is humour. That you don't feel as though you're under examination, that he does actually mention those exams occasionally. But you feel totally supported, you feel free to say whatever you want in class, and in fact that's very useful for you to see where we're at. And the teachings are injected with a degree of humour, which I think makes it far more memorable. Thank you very much.